Jason Ellis here, Jason Ellis Show, reminding you, onnit.com/Ellis. Everybody should go to onnit.com/Ellis if you really like the show and if you really like being healthy. If you like staying more creative and energized, you should go to onnit.com and just check all their things. But make sure if you're going to buy something, you go to onnit.com/Ellis so you get yourself a sweet discount. And Onnit knows that you're listening and it all works out. And I'll get more kettlebells to throw at people. So onnit.com/Ellis. And then, of course, cool-ven.com. And you go to that website and use code Ellis for a 10% discount on insulated bag that you have the cold, the cooler in the bottom, and then you have the heat pack up the top so you can heat up all your different food. You could actually heat up some lean feast meals, meal prep that comes to your house. They have millions of, exaggerating. They have lots and lots of locations. If you go to leanfeast.com, you will see all the different locations. There will be one near you, and they will deliver it. You can go there and pick it up yourself. You can order all different sizes, different meals, different meats. They have over 20 different kinds of meats, just the meats alone. And you can put that stuff in your Cool-Ven, and then you're on a mission doing it. So remember, cool-ven.com, code Ellis. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to you guys for the support. Yes! I've got 2 fucking microphones, bitch! My balls totally moving, new and improving, not that we never go. I got the heart and desire, my balls are on fire, ready to take us to the top. Welcome to my show. Did you know that your moments are in the fucking house? All hail the king of the West. No worries.
You're gonna make it.
I'm murdering my thirst.
Wendy Williams style.
I was trying to get a fart to come out while I was burping so that I could make this go viral, but it's not easy to shit yourself while you're burping.
She's the best of the
Shout
best.
out to Wendy Williams. Yeah, right? The best of the best.
I remember hearing as a kid, if you burped and farted at the same time, you would turn inside out. I'm glad that's not true.
Man, who are your evil... Why are your parents so mean with their weird fairy tales?
No, it wasn't from parents. It was from fellow stupid kids when I was like 5.
At what age did you stop believing that?
Probably around 6 when I burped and farted for the same time.
Right.
Yeah, and Candyman showed up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He still thinks it though. He still thinks it. He
I'd just like to
farts.
introduce...
He's gonna turn inside out.
The Dingo is here on the Jason Ellis Show podcast. People that don't know Dingo, what the fuck? But seriously, it's so great to do the Jason Ellis Show with the Dingo. Thank you for being here, Ding.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I've been in this room a couple times, but it's just been solo dolo.
Yeah, you did. That's right. You did my Awesome World Patreon show, which is
Right.
It's a true treat because usually I'm talking to myself, and that is more of a struggle. But we just shot the shit, and that's right. You told me that you peed your wetsuit while you were looking at me when we were jet surfing.
It's true, Michael. I
Great
did.
conversation.
That's not every man that can maintain eye contact with a friend while he's urinating
Right.
in his friend's clothes.
I do want to say I recently took a slam and I brought my helmet in to show
Holy
people.
shit.
I want to show you, Dingo, because you're an action sports athlete. But at 49 years of age, I was skating the Tony Hawk ramp the other day, and I was working on my hand plants.
Yep.
Haven't done them for a long time, and I did one that was pretty sketchy, and I was like, oh, I'll fix that and do a bit better one. And I over-rotated on the landing and fell backwards down to the vert ramp and smashed my head open. And didn't realize this, but I hit this side, and that broke out the other side.
What does that mean?
That means that my brain is, you know, the in Kickboxer where he can do he hits the bricks and he makes the middle brick explode.
Yep.
I think it's the wing dumb or something. I think my brain can wing dumb. Like I could probably kill you with my brain.
Remember in
what it
80s
means.
movies when like the rich corporate cocaine addicted dickhead had the thing on his desk with the 3 balls?
Yeah.
And you dropped the one ball and the one
Yeah.
in the middle didn't move. And
Yeah.
But it moved the one on the other
I
side.
remember that.
His brain's the middle ball.
That's a good way of putting it.
Except it probably moved a little.
It definitely
Oh,
moves.
Inside your skull.
Right? A slow-mo video made my brain, like my skull would have
Like a Mexican jumping bean.
crazy.
So you did this on like the giant vert ramp at Tony's place?
Yeah.
You didn't try to practice your hand plants on like one of the smaller ones?
No, you dummy. You can't do a invert. You can't do inverts on anything but vert.
Everybody
if you do
knows
an
that.
invert on a mini ramp, it's like you got to pull yourself up into like a jump ramp handstand, and it's sketchy as fuck. You need a vert ramp because it's vertical. You just fly up into the air, and then you pleasantly put your hand on the coping, and then your body sits down on your arm, but you get it positioned before your weight, and then when the weight falls on it, then you start to just bring it back in. And when I brought it back in, because I've probably only done like 3 inverts in the last 10 years. And before I really retired, I was not doing inverts anymore. So that's why I was doing them, because it felt like a new trick. I hadn't done it for so long that I didn't really even know what I was doing. I was like, hand plants, man. Fuck, I used to do that easy. So I did one. I was like, whoa, that was sketchy. And then, because I did a backside air, I did Smith grind over the fucking gap, like 3rd try. I'm like, man, getting my shit back. And then
I saw stuff all over your Instagram and Tony's Instagram, and it was fucking impressive.
Yeah, I think I got a little.
No one was filming your inverts though, huh?
That's the other thing. Cause part of me didn't want to see it, but then for the podcast, talking about it, it would have been cool to show the slam. But when I hit my head, I definitely was like not there for a second, and then I heard Tony's voice calling my name, so I just heard like Jason, and then I looked over and I'm like, whoa, Tony, and he's like, man,
Get your autograph?
you look old, like an old Tony Hawk. Is that really you? he immediately asked me, do you remember what you slammed on? And I was like, yep, yeah, an
ground.
invert, and I think I over rotated. And he's like, you're good, man. If you can remember that, it's not that bad. And when I went to get up, I was doing
You still had the wobble legs.
I couldn't.
You're like a
sit
baby.
up.
You're like
I
a
couldn't-
baby calf.
I couldn't sit up, dude. When I went to sit up, I fell over. So I rolled over on my belly and held the fucking ground with my hands and was like, and my head was still doing that a little bit. And then I sat up, still wobbly, waited, talking to Tony, talking to this other guy. They're like, we're going to leave. They think they were freaked out by that slam.
Were they?
And then Tony goes, look at your helmet. And I'm like, oh my God, why is my helmet in half? I'm like, dude, you're too old. And then for a second, I felt the panic of you could get worried right now. Like you might, because the brain, if you hit your brain too hard, you can't escape. It's like a bad trip. You know what I mean? Like you're in there and you can't, you know what I mean? I'm off and I'm off, and I'm like, no, get out of there. And if it doesn't get out of there, you can start to panic.
Yep.
And it obviously very thankful that, you know what I mean? I started to like not wobble, and I was like, Tony's like, I'm gonna get you a ride, man. You can drive. And I'm like, I'm all right. Then give me a second. I feel like I might be okay here. I definitely remember stuff. And Tony knows from all of us getting knocked out for the last 20 years. He's been around concussions his whole life. If you're talking and walking and you remember who you are, it's good. Those are really good signs. When people are like, hey man, when did you get here? You ain't driving, dude, if you start saying that.
Yeah.
But I knew everything. So I went back to the car and I DUI'd myself for like 10 minutes.
Oh, you gave your own little Dewey test.
Yeah.
Did you pass?
Yeah, obviously I'm here, aren't I?
ZYX.
What?
I didn't do that part.
I don't think I can do
Don't
that
do the
sober.
written.
Nah, what happens if
You don't take the written DUI test.
What happens if you don't pass your own Dewey test?
I call my wife and say I need an Uber home.
Can you call AAA? So my car doesn't start.
I just tow my Jeep and stay in there all concussed.
You just- no,
I would rather that.
I know somebody that did that drinking once. They called AAA, and the AAA got there, and he was drunk actually. And then he was like, "My car doesn't start." The guy like goes to start the car, but he starts. He goes, "Oh, look, it works." And he's like, "Get in the fucking back, tow the car."
That's awesome.
I love AAA.
I feel like
good
that's
people.
Australian AAA or something.
Dingo, when was the last time you got knocked out like that?
Fuck, I've never.
I imagine you've taken some pretty brutal
No,
slams snowboarding, right?
No. I definitely have. I've definitely wobbled the noggin. I'm just trying to think. Like, I haven't had a good slam probably in over 10 years.
I thought you said you hurt something not so long ago.
Oh, I
Blow
hurt
your ankle out or something?
No, I'm talking about my head.
Oh, okay. Last time you got a head hit.
Yeah, my ankle's been horrible for a long time. But like a good head slam, like probably like 2007 or something.
In 2021, talking about mental health is finally a thing, and that's why we're excited to be sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy.
Therapy, if you're thinking about doing it, or you're thinking about not doing it because you don't want anybody to find out, that is really the most unhealthy decision you could ever make. As a man that needed therapy and was a man that thought he was such a man that he didn't need to go to therapy, finally broke and went to therapy, and is very, very thankful and highly recommends that if you feel like you should talk to somebody, then that just means that you should. And there's nothing to lose, because what's the worst that could happen? That he didn't or she didn't help you, or you really got some help. As a person that's been in therapy and is married, I would be single for sure if I did not go to therapy. So do you want to be lonely? No. You need to hit these people up.
And thanks to BetterHelp, getting therapy has never been easier. It's customized online therapy, video, phone, even live chat sessions with a therapist, much more affordable than in-person therapy. You can start communicating with a therapist in under 48 hours. That's why millions of people are seeing what therapy is really all about.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. And the Jason Ellis Show listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Ellis. That's better, HELP, help.com/Ellis. Manscaped. Who has hair? Myself have hair. I have hair in places that I don't really like hair. And I have hair missing where I really wanted it.
How'd you make that happen?
I feel like somebody upstairs doesn't like me. But look, here's the thing. My hair right now wants to leave the top of my head, and it wants to grow in real back, like behind my ears, on my ears.
Not in?
In my ears too. I can't even see in there. I don't want to see. I'm surprised I can hear you guys. I feel like my ears might be full of hair. But as a man that shaves his toes, and I have two Manscaped. I have one for you know what, and then I have another one for everything else. Just because I'm, weird about balls to face.
Yeah, you don't want to cross-contaminate.
But you could probably just clean it. They have the spray and stuff.
Yeah.
I just, I'm a lucky guy that has two.
You'd probably be okay with just the one. But for a limited time, subscribers get 2 free gifts: the Shed Travel Bag and the patented high-performance reduced chafing Manscaped Boxers. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code Ellis at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code Ellis. Say aloha to your new beautiful balls with Manscaped.
Aloha, balls. Wow. Somebody said on Twitter, you should, that's maybe it's time to quit. And, because it wasn't that long ago that I was at the ramp and my knee exploded. And Tony said, I for sure thought that was the last time I was ever going to see you on a vert ramp when your knee did that. It's like it's too old for you to bother to get old back when you weren't even in it in the first place. But when you think about it, I've only skated like 6 times and I've blown my tore my ACL off and I've been knocked out in 6 sessions. So the ratio of like pain to pleasure, but I feel like it's justified. I feel like you haven't been skateboarding for a long time and then you come swinging in thinking you're going to get a free ride. Jason Ellis never got a free ride in skateboarding. Jason Ellis always got hurt skateboarding vert, but he really liked it. That's the game. I don't feel like just now I don't do as many tricks or go as well or as fast, but I'm still me. I'm still that guy that's like, I'm on point, and then all of a sudden and I just and shit the bed and fucking get sprawled out on the ground and hear Tony Hawk echoing inside my empty brain. But I still thought when I was like, wait, you're okay and you're going to drive home. You can fucking, like 49, man, you could take a shot like that and still, like, I woke up in the morning, I was like, whoa, neck and shoulder, but I feel like I've been here so many times. I got the roller out, I got ice packs out, I did like Epsom salt baths. I've been like giving myself my own weird massages because I don't want to have anybody come over and touch me, but I'm making it work. I'm bouncing back. I'm going to be back on the ramp. And
Do you think you're gonna retire doing hand
fuck
plants
no.
and inverts?
I'm doing that the fucking day I'm back. You think that thing's fucking taking me out? That thing's sucking my butt next time I'm back there. That's the way it's played. But I felt like it's a flashback of how I got here in the first place. Because those are the things that make other people quit. And it doesn't make me quit. Like, if anything, it was like, oh, okay, so you want to fucking play it like that? You could really knock me out still? That is fucking crazy. I will be a lot more respectful when I'm there next time. You know, like, if I'll tell you this, I will be doing inverts, but if they feel weird, I'm jumping off. I'll do them again, but I'll do them with a lot more respect because that shit was crazy to deal with all that. Like the rest of the week and to have a little, like, a hazy thing. My eyes still hurt, but I really did. It reminded me that it's good for the podcast, good for all this stuff. I mean, obviously you don't want to get knocked out every day. I'm not a psychopath. If I got knocked out tomorrow, I wouldn't. I already know from being knocked out, you can't hit your head again for a while. You got to take it easy. So obviously I plan on taking it a lot easier on my noggin. But in the end, it'll be. I can already tell. I'm not punchy. I've got a thicker head than a normal person, and I'm built for this.
Could
I
you
know
get
it sounds
like
so cheesy, like a fucking workout T-shirt, but I am. Like, and I just proved it again the other day.
What was the slogan?
Built for this shit.
Yeah, no, it was a longer one. What was it you said before? I was built for this shit.
It takes a licking.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could you give yourself like a month-long provisional helmet where it's like Spaceballs? You just have like this gigantic one. So if you do
like
fall,
an extra. Like when people have the big fat gloves on, instead of that, have the big fat helmet. Wouldn't that make me fall over a lot because I have a giant helmet on?
Yeah, I'm sure they could make it very light if it was that huge.
You know, there's way better helmets that people don't use because they don't look right. Like, I think Tony wore one for a while and he got made fun of. But it was a bigger helmet, had more padding, and it was. I think Bell made it. It's like Bell Moto.
It looked like
helmet.
a moto helmet, right?
Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah, you can't wear a moto helmet on a skate ramp.
No, I know. I tell you what, if turns out where 10% of the time I fall off like that now, then yeah, I would wear a motocross helmet.
I mean, you can't until you can. Real men didn't wear hockey helmets, period, until they did.
Some look,
Some still don't.
Some people's
Not
heads
in the NHL.
Some people's heads can take it better than others. That's just the bottom line. But if you're talking about 80% of the rest of us, when they hit their head, they have permanent damage from it. Then yeah, we need to rectify the situation. You can't just rely on all these thick-headed people that I don't seem to really feel it when I hit my head that much. Because I've got friends that have been stung nowhere near as hard as that and had like they're fucked up. They had to go to like other countries and get all the weird shit in their
everyone's
head.
different. You know what I mean?
That's
Some
what I'm
people
saying.
got thick heads and, metal in their brain or metal for skull. Obviously, you got a bit of a metal skull.
But I
You're
also
lucky.
think it's your mind, Like, I
mean-
feel like there's a time my brain got hit. My brain was like, panic is swelling. And I was like, shut up. Like, just fucking, you're all right. Like, calm down.
Yeah, your brain's had a lot of swelling.
I know, but I know when you say that and then I go, I know. I'm like, Jason, that's sketchy. And I know this is going to be a stupid statement, but I'm built for this shit. I'm all right. I can
There you
take
go.
it. I'm way more worried about. I thought this is the other thing.
You got a bit of
I felt
Kiwi-
like that hit gave me more confidence about my heart problems. Like I feel
Yeah.
like that hit. I was like, here's my theory.
There you go.
I think that I hit my brain back into a better. Like I feel like the last time I got knocked out, it made me like sketchy and a little bit weirded out. And I think like whatever part that I injured then is like a nagging bitch. And I think I hit that bit and shut the pussy up.
Yeah,
It's like
you killed the bitch part of your brain.
That's what I'm saying. I
makes
feel like
TV had a little static going. You slapped it, and now it's
It's
now
like
the picture's
slapping the
straight.
TV in the
That's
80s. Fucking bing bing. And now I'm good to go.
Yep, the Nintendo's good as new now.
Yeah, you
So I'm
blew
pretty
your
sure
cartridge.
I'll probably skate better than I've ever skated
No.
the next time I skate. But
Are you going to come back with the moto helmet?
nah, Tony Hawk gave me a helmet from his actual warehouse of helmets, and I feel like he had. When I looked at it, I was like, wow, that helmet looks better than my helmet, which tells me that I should have had that helmet on and maybe it wouldn't have broken. Maybe I would be more conscious.
That's got to hurt a little bit.
A little bit,
To
right?
know that it was right
do you-
there in-house.
Do you know that I also, how's this one? I also switched helmets for that slam.
Uh,
The one that I had on the last week
Yeah.
was doing a little bit of a thing like that,
Yeah.
moving on my head, and I was like, I don't like that it's loose, but it was a better helmet. And then I found that one because I've got like 2 other helmets. I'm a guy that doesn't have any new skateboard shit.
I know.
I just have a fucking plethora of fucking skateboard shit because of who I am. So I go in the garage and I'm like, oh, there's 3 different helmets there. So I put them on, and then I was like, oh, that one looks good. I didn't look at what it was or anything, and I just spray painted it gold and was like, hell yeah, new helmet.
When did you spray paint it gold?
Like the day before I went down to the ramp and got knocked out.
New helmet.
It's brand new. Yeah, that's how I christened it. I also thought, man, you know what you didn't do? So superstitious in moto and skateboarding, you always bang your helmet on the ground if it's new before you wear it.
And you didn't do that.
Nah.
well, there's your problem.
Shit. But I'm all right.
Yep. Well, skateboarding is horrible for your brain, and as we all know, so is marijuana.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to talk about that guy that said it's going to kill your children?
I am, yeah.
Why did he do that?
Why is he the governor of Nebraska is really more the point.
Does anybody tell him? Because he said that you've got to look at the what's the word?
Suicide?
No, you got to look at the stats or he used another word, like the actual proof in what's going on. He's like, if you look at the research, it'll show that if you let kids have marijuana, they'll all die. And I was like, where is your research? It's kind of like this one guy that told me that 99% of America doesn't trust Dr. Fauci. And I was like, where's that one from? It's not that reliable.
Right. Well, I think I can tell you where Nebraska Governor Ricketts got this idea from. The exact quote: "If you legalize marijuana, you're going to kill your kids."
Yeah.
This is what the governor of a state in the United States of America said in 2021. I believe he was referring to 2 cases in which young men unfortunately died by suicide, took their own lives, and were shown to at some point also have eaten cannabis edibles.
You know what though?
If you let your kids eat McDonald's, you will kill them. If you let your kids wear sneakers, you will kill them because there's at least 2 kids who
I know.
committed
Are you
suicide.
about to say that this? Because they
You know exactly where I'm
They
going.
killed themselves. Got nothing to do with the weed.
It's got nothing to do with the weed, but like, it doesn't.
You can't. You can't say if that's the case. Like, because how many people drank and killed themselves?
Right? Listen,
Like
I will
that
say
one-
though.
that's a thing where-
I will say though, if you're not like a weed smoker and you eat an edible,
Yeah.
it could definitely put you somewhere where you've never been before.
Yeah, it could put you
Oh.
somewhere where you don't want to be, but not in Suicideville. It just didn't
No.
get this fucking shit out of me. Kind of like a bad
100%.
mushroom thing.
I recently just got back into. I ended my weed cold streak.
Right.
How long did you go cold for?
A month or so, right?
Almost 4 months.
Fuck.
What changes in that? Does your diet change a lot?
Not. I definitely got the munchies less. That for sure changed.
That makes sense.
I did feel
that
my
adds
head
up.
was a little bit clearer. My dreams, because smoking weed fucks with your dreams and it kind of suppresses them. Just the most insane, long, vivid dreams, for the past, 4 months or whatever. But I got in on that, like Seth Rogen just started selling weed.
Yes. You really love him.
He's, I do. I think he's
I feel like him and Kevin
Smith. Yeah. I'm a
could
big fan of
sell
him.
you whatever they
Anything.
make, you will buy it.
And it's funny because I have bought weed from Kevin Smith too, because
I
he started
know.
selling those pre-rolled joints.
No, I remember you bragging
But, like-
about how great these joints were, and I'm like, I feel like it's because it's got Kevin Smith written on the plastic, but go ahead, good for you.
Try the Snoogans.
That is actually what it was called.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
But I mean, Seth's a cool dude. He's been on the show
Yep.
a couple times in the past. He's always been super nice to all of us.
Yep.
His movies are funny, and he's
Yep.
bringing a lot of cool comic book properties that I enjoy
He's a
into
genius.
TV. So I was lucky enough to get in the digital waiting room when he launched day 1 of the weed, and it sold out within a few hours. But I was actually able to get some of it
What's a
And
digital waiting room?
just because it's not in dispensaries yet. So the only way you can get it is if you live in like Los Angeles. Somebody will come and deliver it to you.
So that's a digital
So-
waiting room?
It's so popular, yeah. It was like buying a PS5.
Sorry, it was just new technology, Michael. I've been out of the game for a minute.
I have
Tech
no idea what
Talk
he's
on the
talking
Jason
about.
Ellis Show.
I'm just smiling and nodding. I don't know what he's talking
Like and subscribe.
So the weed that he's selling, like his weed brand, is
amazing.
like it's the stuff he smokes.
Oh.
So and his favorite strain is this fucking pancake ice shit that's over 33% THC. And for somebody who had a bitch ass tolerance before taking a break, and then goes off of weed for 4 months, and then smokes fucking 33% THC weed.
Yeah.
Oh, it rocked my ass.
But didn't make you paranoid or feel bad?
So I think the excitement of it on day one was solid. You know,
Yeah.
I watched a movie. I watched some South Park. I watched the new South Park special, and then I watched a whole bunch of episodes on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And it was like some good old school high, just giggling at like old South Park episodes. A couple nights later, I fire up the volcano and I fill up a big bag of the 33% shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It put me. I was in a fucking different planet. I was in a different plane of
Was
existence.
it a good planet?
It was.
Was it a scary planet with paranoia in it?
A little bit. I had to put some
hate
effort
that.
in. I had to put some effort in. I really had to dig in and try and keep my grasp on reality because I was watching this movie and all of a sudden I realized I wasn't paying attention to it and I had just made a big fresh thing of popcorn and all of a sudden I realized I forgot how to eat fucking popcorn.
Forgot.
How do you forget? What?
You use a straw or something?
I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, why do I
Forget-
have a mouthful of this dry shit?
Forget your spoon.
Oh, it sounds like you forgot why you would eat popcorn.
Yeah.
Well, no, and then I was chewing it and I'm like, am I doing this right? Like I was chewing it all slow and wiggling my jaw.
Wow.
It felt foreign to me. I'm like,
You're
this is
saying
a
weed
weird...
did that.
Yeah.
Do you think you're a little bit to blame?
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Because I don't want to say, just like that governor guy saying marijuana kills kids.
It didn't kill me.
I
I'm
reckon
here.
you're wrong. And I reckon that when you say weed made me not know how to chew, I reckon that you're putting a lot of that on marijuana. I reckon you're, like...
A dum-dum?
A mediocre chewer to begin with.
You fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck? Man, what is chewing? I get high, but that's crazy. You know, I think it could have something to do with the spray stuff that they put on weed, word on the street. Because somebody gave me some sativa the other day. Sativa makes you more panicky potentially than indica, even though indica is the strongest strand. But that's the biggest test is if it's a really strong sativa, if I potentially get panicky, if I don't, then that's really good weed. It just like energizes me and I don't feel panicky. And I got some of that the other day from a guy that works for Cast, who said the guy that makes the marijuana has been listening to the Jason L show since we started on Faction.
No shit.
And was going to send me some more stuff, but it did not make me panicky. And he claims that it's the stuff that they spray on it, the pesticides. There's certain pesticides that they use that helps grow the weed, makes it potent, but it also is a thing that when you smoke it can get you a little panicky.
Oh.
That's
So
what I
Seth
heard.
Rogen sprayed pesticide on his weed.
Is that what he got?
No, I think Seth has the pure stuff. Wait, you couldn't? Oh, you're a bit
He
panicky.
couldn't eat
I
popcorn.
get panicky. I get panicky off of indica. I'm just a panicky guy.
Yeah, you get panicky off the door opening.
But what I'm saying is maybe try some stuff that has no pest, like full organic, and see if that
I'll try it.
works. Yeah,
I'll give it a shot.
He gave me a thing of it, and I smoked the whole fucking thing. And
What's
I was
what's
like,
full organic? Just your homegrown?
means they don't, maybe outdow or
Outdow?
they don't spray it with stuff.
But how do you know if you just get like you're not going to like a Stizzy or a MedMen or like
You'd have to know the guy. You'd
Yeah.
have to know them, and
Like, he
because
actually grows it.
I reckon there's a bunch of people that say that they do that and they don't do that.
That's what I think so too.
Yeah, but
Did you guys ever grow your own? I had a plant at one point.
I've never grown my own. My brother used to.
I mean, it didn't work. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, my brother used to grow a lot under the house.
Really?
He was good at it.
We didn't. We didn't know what we would pick leaves off the plant and then just like try to smoke them as is. It was like we were smoking cilantro.
Yeah, no, that was probably his first business.
I think my dad bought a house once and like just to have
You know
like
what?
a weed hydroponic.
do you know
Oh, sure, a grow house.
Do you know what's like so
I think
funny?
we bought into a grow house for a little bit.
I only just found out recently that back when my mum and my dad were together and I was like young, I would have been 2, 3, 4 around there somewhere. So my brother was like 8, 9, 10. One of my dad used to grow weed and then he'd have a stash behind his fireplace. And I shit you not, one of his friends who were over there for dinner outed him out to the cops and the cops came and got the weed. That was like his own little like
A friend and a house guest knew he had weed in the house
Yeah,
and
what a-
tipped off the authorities.
What
And the
a
authorities
fucking cunt!
acted on that
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Like, you know that your dad had those friends back in the day that your friends or like whatever, it really weren't. They just fucking...
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that such a fucking cunt dog Aussie thing to do though? But my mum was explaining it to me and I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
cunt dog Aussie thing. In Australia, this podcast is not that offensive. In America, we
Yeah.
might have bummed a couple of people out there.
Cunt is Australian as meat pies.
It really is. I mean, sick cunt is one of my best friends.
Yeah.
It's not a. It wasn't a term to use like slanderous to him. I was paying respects to Jake Brown.
Yep.
He's a sick cunt.
Right. You'll see. We'll be joined shortly by a guest from Australia. And
He's a sick cunt.
He'll be saying cunt left and right.
There's
doubt.
no way that this
I will
dude.
I'll bet my entire reputation on
There's
that.
no way this dude hasn't been told, mate, you are a sick cunt. He's been told that more than probably anybody in the world, I think.
I mean, just going to the local pub, he'll get a tally up in one night.
He has so many credentials on the sick cunt roster.
Yeah.
Like what? There's no, like Evil Knievel. Evil Knievel did a lot of cool slams.
He was a
but
sick cunt.
He never fought a shark.
Nah.
On video. It's not even a tail.
Yeah.
We got to see it.
You know what's cool though? Is like when you land in Australia, there's still like the first person you see big billboards. It's him always.
Yeah.
You ever noticed that?
No. But I was told recently that he's like the Tony Hawk of Australia.
No, yeah, he has been for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, to be one of the greatest, arguably the greatest, they say.
Yeah.
And then to top it off with, hey, mainstreamers, watch me fight a shark. Such a good look.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Jason, I made a very exciting web visit this week.
Oh, yeah? What'd you do?
I went to bluechew.com and signed myself up for some Blue Chew.
Dang. Does that mean you're throbbing right now?
Not at the moment. I could be next week. That's
Right.
definitely in play. I've heard you talk about these types of drugs for quite some time. I've always been curious. I don't actually have any issues down there, but who couldn't use a little extra something?
I do. I don't even care. I can admit it. I do. And these are great. And everybody should do it because everybody deserves to have a throbbing knob, you know?
You've always said that.
Don't forget the shaft and all that other stuff.
Well, I signed up. It was incredibly easy, and the package showed up, and now the wife and I are just trying to find the right timing to open the little Blue Chew package.
I look for congratulations, Michael.
I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
You'll be the first to hear about
Thank you,
it.
because I'll
in
be
real
on it,
time.
sitting by the phone, ready to go. Here's a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code Ellis at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code Ellis to receive your first month free. Free throbbing ragers. And we would like to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. Thanks, mates.
Jason, I own both homeowners and automobile insurance. And
Check you out, Michael.
I'm
You're very
not
fancy.
trying to brag. And when it comes to the home stuff, am I getting the best deal? I have absolutely no idea. Somebody told me who to sign up with, and I did. And I don't know if I have a horrible deal. When it comes to automotive insurance, I am always searching for a better deal because I have a point on my license that I do not deserve, and it is killing my rate. I came to a complete stop at the stop sign, and the Culver City Police are liars, and they said I didn't, and I'm constantly looking to shave a few bucks off of my ridiculously, illegally inflated auto insurance policy.
What's up, Culver City Police? Tully's coming for you.
Look at me looking at you.
Man. Oh, man.
And that's why I need to go to PolicyGenius.com to review and hopefully update and improve both my home and auto insurance policies.
So while you're gearing up for spring cleaning, don't forget to dust off your home and auto insurance policies with PolicyGenius. Reshop your rates, and you can save up to $1,055. Head to PolicyGenius.com and get started right now. PolicyGenius. When it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right.
Jason, what do you think about root beer?
I love it, and I like cherry cola more, but I don't like pissing into the bottle because I just recently had to pee in a root beer, and my meatus almost blew my knob out of the bottle and pissed all over myself, and I was in a U-Haul rental, and I didn't want to urinate in the car and get charged extra money for urine because I would be like, wow, he urined in the car. What a bum, you know?
That wasn't the answer I was expecting.
Oh, yeah, but that just happened to me, Michael, where I was like, I'm doing the butt dance, I'm doing the wiggle, and it's just too many lights, and I'm pulling on my dick, because there's like all these things you can do to stop the piss coming out. So I'm pulling the knob, and I'm doing the knee wiggle, and I'm flexing my butt cheeks, and fucking doing the Kegel thing all at the same time. Then I'm like, man, I'm going insane. Fucking can't make it. pulled off, just immediately pulled off. And I was like, didn't even have time for a side street. Just seatbelt fucking.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, man.
Main
it's like,
Street root beer pissing.
I got a trunk, you know what I mean? Because I'm uncut. And I was like, I could put the trunk in there. And I'm like, trunk won't fit in there. And I'm like, fuck. I could put the knob on the hole.
Right.
But if my pee mouth is like
the
right,
meatus.
I've got a big meatus. It's right. Like I'm like, is the mouth inside the bottle?
I know, because if one little bit of the Muppet mouth is
one
hanging
bit of the
out.
Muppet mouth, and we've got fucking Pea City.
Yeah.
And it's going, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm okay. And then I feel the pressure of my pee filling the bottle, and me knob sealed over the bottle, and the air, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna have a pee combustion, and it's gonna blow my knob out of the bottle, fucking pee all over the fucking place. So now I'm like, no. And I'm thinking to myself, how full is the bottle? And I can't see. So I'm just trying to judge how much pee's coming out of my penis into the bottle.
Wait, why couldn't you see?
Because I was holding it with my hand. Had my dick pointed over it.
Oh.
I couldn't lift my hand to see how much was in the bottle. It was too risky to move the bottle. It was like Muppet mouth right on the edge of things. It could have gone any way. And then this other thing I've learned how to do, I can stop peeing. So
it doesn't hurt?
No.
Oh.
I fucking put a pee brake on. I was like, stop. You know, bit shake. And then the only thing that I did wrong was I was like, I shake it. And then I guess from holding it in the chamber, pulling back and hitting the brakes on the urine, when I pulled my dick out, a pee came out on my sweatpants and on my sweatshirt. But
Not gonna get charged extra for that.
no, that's all. I was like, I can handle pee I can piss on myself, but I don't want to piss on someone's car. Root beer, you say?
Yeah.
What about it?
I'm a cream soda guy, but but that's cool.
I'm sorry, because I don't drink anymore, so my highlight is root beer, cherry colas, creamy sodas.
Yeah.
All those are very exciting to me.
Well, tell me something. Could you see yourself going to, or have you ever been to, an alcohol-free bar? Because those are like a thing now.
I did not know that, and yeah, I would. As a guy that really doesn't want to hang out with people that drink, but I still want to hang out.
Do you want to hang out with people?
Yeah.
Without alcohol?
Well, I feel like nobody will hang out with me unless I let them drink. So I just let everybody drink. But do I like it? Not really. You know, it's kind of like a constant reminder. I feel like I should probably go to meetings. I don't know. I think I'm fine. But I mean, I know I won't drink no matter what.
Right.
But I do feel like sometimes I get unnecessarily bummed out about it, where I'm like, that's embarrassing, Jason. You know, like, so what? Let it, like, other people have drinks at lunchtime on a Saturday and you can't anymore. Wah. You're still sweet, you know?
Right. We all have our crosses to bear. I find this interesting. These are popping up all over the place. I'm looking at a picture of one in Tokyo. There's a place in Austin, Texas. And we've already talked on the show in the past about a couple of different lines that are making non-alcoholic, not just beer, but booze. There's a lot of people who, when they get an alcohol-free bar in their town, are like, why did it take this long? Particularly women. Like, I think guys have always been the ones who are driving the whole, if we're getting together, we're all getting hammered thing. I think a lot of times.
yeah.
I've had that feeling sometimes. That, you know, when you go to a bar with like a lady and you've had like 5 drinks and she's still like on her first one and you're like, what's your deal, lady? Turns out I don't think on average that they love it quite as much as we do. Women would be happy to just go have a tasty, alcohol-free flirtini and hang out with one another.
Yeah, when I first stopped drinking when I was younger, I noticed how much less everybody around me drank. Mm-hmm. I thought everybody was drinking as fast as me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then that was when I kind of realized that maybe I did have a problem because, I was like, wait, you've been sitting on that for like fucking... I'm fucking 10 deep in an hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, the worst thing is a packed club where I have to wait at the bar. I'm like, I should just stay at the bar. You know what I mean? Because by the time I walk off, I've pounded it.
Yep.
May as well just sit there and order them over and over again until the Coke wears off. God, I had such a terrible technique.
You were saying that they have non-alcoholic spirits?
Yes.
Like you could get
I'm into that.
a non-alcoholic shot of
Virgin
whiskey.
pina colada. Love those.
Well, that's weird.
Well, those are easy.
Fuck you, Dingo, you drinking machine. Let me have It's weird, is it? Well, fuck you, man.
Here I am
I
to-
love my
here
fucking
I-
virgin pina colada.
Here I am to tell you, your non-alcoholic bar sucks.
Virgin. I love a good strawberry
Just don't-
daiquiri,
just-
Michael.
Yeah, the
doesn't-
frozen drinks are easy. You just don't put the booze in when you make
Just
it.
go back to AA. They usually do those places in a bar so you can see all the alcohol, but everybody in there can't drink it.
You just told me to go back to AA.
I'm sure they have meetings where you came from. You can kill two birds with one stone.
Go to AA in Australia, you fucking idiot.
But do they have like non-alcoholic vodka?
That
No.
one seems a bit silly. Okay, can I
I
tell you
wanted
what?
red wine, and no one ever sent it to me. Someone bragged about that there was a wine, the red wine, because I really miss red wine the
Yeah,
most.
right.
And I was saying that you can get a non-alcoholic red wine, but I don't believe it.
We found it, and it was like $7, and you were like, I don't want to drink that shit.
Oh, wow. So there was one. You found it.
Wait, I said that?
I was gonna get it. I'm like, should I order this? And you were like, $7. It's gonna taste like shit.
It is going
What do
to
you think?
taste like shit.
What do you think? The non-alcoholic wine gets better with age?
That is, in its defense, that's pretty
Okay.
expensive grape juice.
Yeah, it's highly expensive grape juice.
All right, let's get it. I'll try it.
Okay.
So I actually have not had a drink myself in over 2 months.
You haven't?
No,
Good for you.
just kind of feel like it. I'm taking a few months off. I kind of want to set a new record.
What's your record?
I've done 2 months. Like since I had my first drink, I don't know that I ever went more than two and change without having one drink.
Yeah.
So I want to blast through that record. Just, we've all got a lot going on in our lives right now, and it just seemed like I start every year going, maybe I should take a break. Maybe I should try to be my best self. And this year I finally have a reason to kind of stick to the resolution. And I do find myself on a
Like and
Friday.
subscribe, everybody.
I do find please. I also can't.
Tully hasn't had a drink for 3 months.
I also can't afford beer, so that helps.
I was going to say, it always comes down to, well, I can't even get it if I wanted to.
But I do find sometimes on a Friday or Saturday night, I love Liquid Death, but I am a little bit tired of drinking nothing but sparkling water.
Do you know
all
a
week.
lot of people think that we're drinking alcohol all the time?
Oh, my
Katie
goodness.
keeps getting messages like, where do I get this beer? I can't find it. And Katie says she keeps having to explain to people that he's not drinking beer.
Yeah.
He's fucking drinking sparkling
We're
water.
30 minutes into the show. Jason's had 5.
I know. I love podcasting.
2 of them are Liquid Death Light. But I do find that like I have a lot of bubbly water and I have a lot of coffee and I don't really crave sugary stuff. On a Friday or Saturday night, I found myself thinking I could go for a non-alcoholic beer, or I wish somebody would give me like a tasty bitter drink, just have a different liquid
They've
flavor
got
in
that.
my mouth. I know, and the thing that I find interesting about this is one of the guys who owns one of these alcohol-free bars says that he thinks he estimate 75% of his customers drink. They just go there when they don't want to drink. So it's not just an alcoholic bar. It's just like I'm fucking grown up and I don't want to fucking wake up with a hangover tomorrow.
I
But
like
do wanna have a
snacks.
social
If they
life.
have snacks and non-alcoholic beer, then, I mean, you can have lunch with somebody.
Yeah.
And then, you don't have to feel the need to drink.
That's sort of the flaw in this plan as I see it, is to me a non-alcoholic bar is a restaurant.
Yeah,
Why are we not meeting for food?
That's
Yeah.
what I was. That's what
Yeah,
I
they
was
better
going to
have good snacks. then.
Yeah. And if the snacks aren't that great, there's probably a restaurant next door that also has non-alcoholic drinks. With all due respect to zero.
What about this?
bourbon.
What about just have a cool selection of non-alcoholic drinks so that you can have those with the people that are drinking?
Yeah.
Because as I said, it's not my favorite thing to do.
It's called a virgin.
But it's not that bad. Like
Virgin
if I have
mojitos
dinner and
rule.
everybody's
Huh?
drinking, I'm not bummed out that much.
No.
It's like whatever.
Virgin mojitos are fucking delicious.
You're virgin. Anything's
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
Yeah, well.
Man. Fully leaving that alone. Might even cut that out. That is insane.
Oh, we can cut things out now? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
barely even be on the show, Dingo.
That whole cunt thing might be fucking edited. I don't think our guest is going to show up.
You guys have changed.
Really? What a cunt.
You guys. Does he not know that it's?
in his country, that's a term of respect.
Why is he not showing up?
I don't know.
I don't know. He wanted to start at noon. Emailed with him yesterday. He was like, if we start at 10, that's 4 a.m. for me. So I know it's still early in the morning for him.
Maybe he
but
slept in a little bit.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe he slept in. I've emailed him a couple times, but he might be asleep. He might be inside of a shark. I don't know.
He's
It's
probably
it's
inside work.
It's 5:39 a.m. where he is.
Hey, surfers get up to get barreled all the time. That's when it's best to surf.
Yes, it's barrel o'clock.
It is barrel o'clock.
You originally booked him for 4 a.m.
It wasn't my
Get him
idea.
during his pre-barrel brunch.
Listen, I know he'll call back. He's going to call back at noon Australia time.
I might have to do that interview by myself
It's
at the table or something.
It's definitely possible.
Just edit it in. Don't you agree, Tully? Like, I'll just say stuff like that.
We can do anything nowadays. Dingo can be on that part of the show.
Cool. Can you put me in that part?
Yes, we can make you disappear and reappear.
You guys are awesome.
A Texas woman is speaking out for the first time. She's not revealing her identity because she's still understandably embarrassed about a romance scam that cost her close to $200,000.
Oh, no. What was she buying?
It's like that weird 90-Day Fiancé thing where the one lady says, no, Davis is definitely Davis. And she's like 65. And she's kind of cute, but 65. And Davis is this 32-year-old, shredded, like really handsome guy that lives in France and wanted to send money and loves her. And she's like, I can't wait to see Davis. But when I showed up at the airport, Davis wasn't there. But then Davis emailed me the next day and said that he had a miscalculation, just sent some more money and then meet me. Like, played
Yep.
so hard.
Yep. Davis,
It's very sad.
Davis strikes again. It is sad, particularly because this woman says she was adapting to a new phase of her life back in 2018 after her husband of 25 years had passed. So she was older and she was emotionally and psychologically vulnerable. And that is when she got her first online message from Bruno Mars.
Bruno! Oh.
Wait,
Bruno?
she thought she was in a love trifecta with Bruno Mars.
Yes.
How old is she?
I don't know how old she is. She has to be at least 50, as I say. She had been married for 25 years.
I watched a Dr. Phil recently where a lady thought she was been in a relationship with Nikki Sixx for like a long time, and that she was also seeing Brent Michael.
Wow.
And she was convinced she had to be brought on to Dr. Phil.
Oh, did he bring them on?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
See, there was a time in the 80s when you could have actually done that.
Yeah. And they were like, I'm not with you. And they were like, yeah, you are? Did she say, yeah, you
They
are?
had Nikki's partner on there, and
Oh, so the wife had to say, hey, this my man, motherfucker? Wow. So much herpes at the table.
Right, so
that's sad though.
Bruno Mars, they spent weeks trading messages and memes. They shared details of their life.
Did they share the memes? Did they share?
Like, do I know what I'm sorry, I
That would
don't.
have been cool though.
He'd be like, I'm working on a new album and
to
shit.
see what Bruno was sending back.
Fake
Yeah.
Bruno.
Yeah, what's fake Bruno busting out?
Such a weird angle to rip off people for money and go, like, just be Bruno, you know what I mean, Savage or something. Not Bruno, like the Bruno Mars. Like, you could have just been a guy.
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as you say, like, I'm Superman, it's like, wait a minute. What are the odds?
Well,
You know?
it would explain why he's always away and can't be there with you. And then he starts to say, well, it's the rigors of life on the road. I'm in front of 20,000 people every night. But when I go back to my hotel room, I've never felt so alone. Oh, and by the way, I'm short $5,000 for rental cars that we used on tour.
Yeah. See, there you go. How does Bruno Mars have no money? She gave it to her.
Yeah.
Gave it to him.
And then he actually asked her for 10 instead of 5, and then he needed money to fund his actual tour. That's when she sent him a cashier's check for $90,000.
Pretty cool. She's funding a non-Bruno Mars concert.
And then he told her that he was unhappy with the tour and all the traveling. He asked to come live with her in Texas, so she bought musical equipment, guitars, drums, and microphones, and made an entire room for his band.
Can we get a picture of that
How
room?
loaded is this chick?
She obviously, well, she's a widow, and maybe the husband had life insurance. They were presumably set up for some kind of golden years together. Yeah. I don't have any photos. I'm sorry. As I say, the woman's identity remains a mystery. She wants to spread the word with the world so that people can be saved from the same mistake that she made, but she's embarrassed about this having happened to her. She put bunk beds in her house for his band. She set up a studio in her garage.
So those guys were just laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like stuff that they don't. The
They don't even
scammers,
getting it.
They don't get to benefit from
Yeah.
any of that stuff. They're just having this poor woman waste her money on
Can
shit.
they find Bruno Mars?
Can we
Yeah,
get
can
him
we
on
just-
Dr. Phil?
Go beat up the real Bruno Mars as retribution.
Right.
Can the real
He
Bruno
needs to go
Mars
slapping anyway.
Maybe it's not right, but it'll make me feel better.
Yeah. I mean, she's a 50-year-old lady. How much damage can she do? Just let her have like a whack at him.
Or one night with Bruno Mars.
Oh, fuck him. Oh, actually, fuck him. Oh, yeah.
I think he
You
owes
know
it to
what?
her.
What do you
Bruno
think-
Mars should do that.
What do you think she would take if they're like, door number 1 is Bruno Mars will plow you, and door number 2 is you can kick him right in the penis, like super hard.
That's easy. Of course, she wants to fuck him.
Yeah, you can always kick him in the nuts after.
She would say if it was in public, like everyone has to watch it, it's a studio audience, then she would kick him in the nuts. But if it was privately, she loves Bruno Mars, dude.
Well, maybe this whole experience has soured her on Bruno Mars, and she doesn't even want anything to do with the real guy.
Hopefully, now she should go over to like a Brett Michael or somebody.
They were sending her
Oh, no.
pictures of him in jail, saying that was why he never made it to the studio that she'd set up for him, and they just photoshopped Bruno Mars head onto some guy in a mugshot.
No. What the hell?
Holy shit.
People are so evil. We live in a crazy world.
But people are so stupid, too.
People are so stupid.
I mean, Bruno Mars hit on me.
I'd take it.
I wouldn't. I mean, sure, I'll fuck Bruno Mars, but I'm
Not
not
on the internet, not
I'm not sending
virally.
you $5,000. I'm not sending any. Jessica Alba is just like gaping videos,
Right.
And send me $5,000. Not like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What if that was Jessica Alba's OnlyFans subscription price?
Yeah, no, not even close.
Does
do
she have
I
an
care.
OnlyFans?
$5,000.
She does? She does. Oh. Let me look
It's
that
not
up
doing
real
so
quick.
well, though. You should go sign up for it. Nobody seems to want to watch Jessica Alba naked on the internet for money. It's weird.
Yeah, I would pay $5,000 to race cars against. I would like to have a celebrity race against somebody, and then someone's like, "All you gotta do is give us $5,000, and you're in a celebrity race against Adam Carolla." I'd be like, "Here's my $5,000, but sex, $5,000."
I think you could street race Adam Carolla for free.
Yeah.
Like, just find out where he lives and
Just
just
figure out what he's leaving
get like
Carolla one.
just rent a
yeah,
fucking.
just pull up on it.
Pull up next to him, rev it a couple times, have Katie there ready to drop the
I'll
handkerchief.
call Tony and I'll see if I can get a Lotus again, and I'll just cruise his streets in the Lote, waiting for him to fucking go to Whole Foods and just be like, bam, 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 bam. Hey man, your podcast sucks.
Yeah.
What?
He likes Zenku
Podcast
chicken.
sucks dick. Wait, ain't you Jason? Yeah, I'm the fucking wolf guy saying fuck you, brother. Fucking right now for all supremacy. Wait, is that a weird word for me to use?
Yeah, probably pretty edgy.
You know what I mean? Winner takes all. If I win, you get my show. If I win, I get yours. Wait, it's a bad deal. I don't want to do this. But I do want to race him. But I would pay $5,000 for that. There you go. Do you think he'd go for it? $5,000 cash. And they have like Vin Diesel there with the $5,000. Like
Ooh, now you're
with a
talking.
white
Well,
shirt
I
on.
know for a fact he's a massive Fast and Furious guy.
Right.
If you pull up with the Lotus and you go fuck your podcast and fuck you, Adam Carolla, and you have $5,000, and then Vin leans over
Diesel's-
from the passenger
Vin Diesel's
seat,
got a do-rag and he
and
stands
a battle of Nas.
and he's got a Nas backpack, so he looks like a fucking scuba diver, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna drop the flag." You know what I mean? He drops the flag. For
I'm going to drop the flag.
that's my Vin Diesel. Like, hey, Vin, how's it going? I'm dropping the flag.
I'm not.
Look at my tank top. That's it. Right.
That's great.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a whole movie as him. It's gonna be good. How's our Irish working?
It's a Wednesday. I haven't been to the pub yet
On
today.
a Tuesday,
But we go
and
to
a
Monday
Yeah.
and a Tuesday
because we're Irish,
and a Wednesday.
and that's how we talk always. Because I'm from Ireland. I like beer.
I like beer too on a
Man,
Wednesday.
You would just think to listen to you too that Ireland's right on the border of India.
It's right here.
Well, it was funny because his Irishman is Indian, Pakistani.
It's not. It's only Irish. I
Hawaiian.
only do. I
Hawaiian.
don't. I do Irish accents.
Do your McClure off accent.
To be sure, I'm here.
There's my proving my point, Michael. It's Irish Day. It's St. Paddy's Day.
It's not, but it is.
Oh,
It was a week ago.
It's not. Yeah, it was. Hey,
That's
hey.
why we were drinking all those beers.
Oh, I just poured it down my actual nose.
Yeah.
that's because you got a big nostril.
I do. You know why, right?
You could lose a can down that thing.
it allows me to get more oxygen to my brain so that I can kick more ass.
Why is it not St. Paddy's Day?
Because we're not live, Dingo. This is a podcast. I know you're used to the radio world,
Yeah.
but we're not really here yet.
I have bad news, Dingo. We're no longer employed by a radio
Oh,
company.
yeah, shit.
Let me start at the beginning.
Those guys, satellite guys, not even listening right now.
No one will be validating your parking.
So I should give back my pass?
Yeah. No. Definitely go back there and just start doing some press. They love it.
That kitchenette? It's just Jason's
Oh, yeah.
kitchen.
All those snacks are yours.
It has looked a little weird in there lately.
No, just go there and grab a couple of root beers out of the fridge, walk out. Ladies, I should do that when the pandemic's over. See if I can get my pass to get me a root beer. Maybe
So
not.
have you been working on your accents?
We just worked on that one.
I feel like you guys were synced up on that one.
I just felt like I'm not allowed to do any accents anymore. It's inappropriate.
Yeah.
But I can do this one.
And then
Because I'm Irish.
he did it all night, so then I just jumped in on it.
He
and-
started jumping in on it at dinner. So then he started ordering his food with this weird fucking thing that he's doing.
Well, then it also started. I leant over to him and I was like, "Hey, man, like, Colin Farrell's got a really good Irish accent."
Oh yeah, when we walked into the restaurant because we were practicing it in the golf cart, and he goes, "You know who's fucking good at Irish accents?" I'm like, "Who? Colin Farrell." I was like,
Come on.
"He's Irish, dude." Oh fuck! Oh, no wonder he's good at it.
Kind of sucks at American accents, though. What is that? Where is he from?
Yeah, no, I forgot that he's the
Not to
second.
be sure, I'm from New York City.
I forgot that he's the second.
I'm in a phone booth on a Monday and a Tuesday.
He's the second most famous Irishman.
Well, you guys can still do your gangster accents.
No, we can't.
Yes, you can.
No, wait, gangster? What kind of gang?
Yeah, I'm gonna whack him in the bedroom.
Oh, whack him in the bathroom.
Yeah, because this
Gonna
in the
whack.
bathroom.
Yeah, come over
you
here.
Can right this, see? Nah,
Come
wait.
over here, because I'm gonna whack you in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You see?
It's yes. See, I feel like I'm gonna say a word that's racist or something. I almost did because it's in Italian, right?
Yeah, that's not. Where what?
Hey, well, I don't think we should do Italian. That's what I'm saying. I think we're out of that even.
What about if I'm part
Wait a second.
You
Italian?
can
No,
get
no,
canceled
no,
for
no,
being
no.
Italian.
No,
I'm not
and
Italian.
that thing like, hey, whack him in the bedroom. That's a little New Yorky.
It's not Italian.
You can do New York accent still. You're not gonna get canceled for that.
What's New York sound like?
Well, whacking
I only
is
know-
primarily done stereotypically by Italian-American members
Yeah.
of the community.
Yeah, because then the
There's
next
some
couple
Irish
of words
guys in
out of you, mozzarella, funguli, you know what I mean? Like whatever the. I don't even know what I'm saying. I hope I didn't say anything rude just then.
Nah, you're still chill.
See, but I feel like the next one's gonna be bad. So I
Yeah,
should
if you
just.
start riffing, I think.
Yeah,
you
I
should
got
just stop-
funguli. What comes after that, man?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you just stick to your Irishman.
That's what I'm trying to fucking tell everybody. From
stick-
now
you
on,
stick the Irishman
when
on
I
the
do an
Monday,
impression
and
of
the Tuesday,
anybody,
and the Wednesday,
the guy,
and the Thursday,
what's the guy
and the Friday.
that got Tom Hanks off that boat?
I'm the captain now?
Yeah, I'm the captain.
Oh, don't do
I
that
did-
one.
No, I do it right. Here I am. I'm the captain right now. Hey, get it, Tom Hanks, get off the boat.
Yeah, get off the fucking boat.
To be sure, if you don't get off the boat, I'll be shooting you.
Hey, get up the fucking
I
boat.
think I follow. Can you give me your Dikembe Mutombo?
To be sure, I'll be blocked. He's shot. Try it again, lucky man. Slapped. Boom, you're out of here.
I had to get lucky, man.
My favorite thing to do is block a shot. Not today, my friend. Okay.
So I mentioned the imposter Bruno Mars people. Another story that was
I'm
in
Bruno
the news-
Mars.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Send me your money, you stupid bitch.
Another story of impersonation that was in the news a little while back. You guys, probably some of you heard about this. In Pennsylvania, a mom was accused by police of making and sending doctored content of her daughter's cheerleading teammates. They said she made deep fakes. Now, I would love to
Put
see
a
these.
face over your face.
We're never going to see these because it depicts people, younger people, underage people, obviously. But how good is a suburban mom at making deep fakes?
Is
Yeah,
there
did she
a
just go to
photo-
Jib Jab?
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean,
Wait a second, my daughter was never an elf that danced with Santa.
that's the only difference. The only thing is like, wait, you're making your daughter Vin Diesel or something. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
seem to be
yeah.
that easy. But how would you do that with? How do you get the video of the girls to on that program on Jib Jab?
Right. Your daughter's an alcoholic whore with an enormous head.
who just loves racing cars in the city and beating up the Rock.
So the pictures and videos depicted the teenage girls naked, smoking, and drinking. The mother, it is said, made them to get the other girls competing with her daughter on the cheerleading squad off of the squad.
Nice.
So it's easy to see how you get photos of the girls. I guess you get photos of the actual photos of the cheerleader chicks, and then you just go looking. Are there a lot of videos of naked chicks drinking and smoking on the internet?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's like one of the favorite things naked girls do.
Yeah. Smoke cigarettes.
Drink. That's like, as soon as their clothes come off, that's get past the cigars around.
Yeah.
It's lady time.
We have a late guest. Would you like
Yeah.
to talk to Mick?
All right.
Holy shit.
Mick in the morning.
Mick in the morning. That's the new show. Whereas the great Mick Fanning could be here any second from Australia. Dingo just pointed out that it is 5 o'clock in the morning.
Fair.
And there he is. Fuck yeah.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. And yourself?
Good. Thanks for joining us. I know, what time is it? Like 5 in the morning?
It's 5 to 6.
I mean, as a guy that I've been surfing a bit lately, trying to get into it, and I noticed that you guys all get up early to get the best waves. It's not hard for you to get up, right?
Oh, sometimes. I've got a 7-month-old baby, so it's not like I sleep all the way through now anymore. I used to get up.
Right. So, okay, now you like to get sleep whenever you can get it, and I completely fucked that by making you come on the podcast.
Nah, it's all right. I'll do it for you, mate.
Well, I do appreciate it. I have a lot of questions. I don't. I mean, I'm a pro skateboarder. I know you, but I don't follow everything that you've done. And now looking into it, I mean, obviously the shark. We'll get into that later on because I'm obsessed with those fucking things. And I've worked really hard to get past it. Like I got a jet surfboard, and every now and then if I'm out in the ocean and I fall off and it goes a long way away from me, and I got to swim after it in the sea. I just feel like one's coming for sure. I cannot get to that fucking board fast enough. Like, I would love to just one day say to myself, I'll just fucking backstroke. You know what I mean? Like, I'll probably tread water for a little bit and gradually go over to that board because there's no way a shark would eat me. But you, as a surfer, your whole life, you're in these fucking waves. You've seen sharks your whole life in surfing, correct?
Exactly. We see sharks all the time, but it's not like an everyday occurrence. It's something that, if you see one, you're still freaked out.
Is it when you saw them in your career? Are you talking about just seeing them go by, or seeing them like come towards you or circle you? Has there been other times besides this ridiculous one where he really tries to eat you?
Nah, that's been the one and only time, thank God. You see them in places like Tahiti, little reef sharks and that swim around.
Yeah.
And then, like, every now and then you might see a big one cruise past or something. But if you see them,
yeah,
that's sort of like a good thing because they've already made their decision if they're going to eat you or not.
Because the theory is if they were going to eat you, you wouldn't have seen them coming.
You would never see them coming.
Because that's their decision. Because it's funny, I met a guy in South Australia, the guy that invented the Perspex filming tank so you didn't see any cage. I went in there as a skateboarder, saw this big museum, and then the guy that actually was attacked by a 16-foot great white was the guy that approached me, told me the story of the shark biting him and breaking his ribs while it was chewing him, and then he pulled his shirt up and showed me the scar. So I feel like I've just met like Elvis Presley. This guy's a fucking golden god to me who just introduced himself to that. But he said that if you look at him, they won't come at you. But
no, it's funny. Yeah. Like last year I did like this shark doco and we went and swum with like tiger sharks and hammerheads and jumped in the cage with great whites. And it was crazy. Yeah. Like you're looking at tiger sharks and if you keep an eye on them, they'll just sort of cruise around you. It's when you're not looking at them, that's when they sort of like bump into you and sort of freak you out a bit.
Wait, so you've been in the water with tiger sharks where you're looking at them and you notice that they don't come, and then every now and then you get bumped behind because he's testing to see how good your eyes are because he might take your leg.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That's not with that girl, right? The one that touches them and pats them. Do you know that lady, the deep sea diver that's friends with tiger sharks?
That Ocean Ramsey? Is that her name?
Is that her name? She shows you how to. She puts her hand on the nose of the tiger shark and lifts it up and then pushes the head to the side. And there's just tons of videos of 14-foot tiger sharks coming up and saying hello to her. Have you seen that?
No, I didn't go with her. I went with a couple others in the Bahamas. One lady who they call the mother of sharks. Her name's Christina Zignato, and she can get sharks. She sort of does a thing where she almost puts them to sleep, and they turn into like cats just on a lap.
What?
And she can just sit there. It's wild. It's such an amazing experience. And then,
Wait, you did that?
Yeah, I did that.
You fucking got a tiger shark to be like a kitty cat and you're just patting it?
Oh, these ones are these ones are more reef sharks. But then the tiger sharks will come in and feed. And we had this one, it's got this face and it's shaped like a butt. So they call it butt head. And this one for some reason, this one just kept coming at me after it would grab a fish or something off the guys. And you just got like this little Perspex pole and you just got to push it out in front of you and just sort of just steer the thing away. It's such an incredible experience. It's absolutely nuts.
So, and we've talked about it so much. I just because you are here and it is a ridiculous thing. I've always said for the podcast, for myself, to be in a shark fight would be the greatest thing that I could ever achieve in my life. And I know that that's probably not going to happen. But you are like one of the greatest surfers ever, and I now kind of look up to surfers. So not only are you the greatest surfer I've ever talked to, but you're the guy that had a fight with a shark. Like it tried to bite. Did it try to bite you and got the board? Like when did you know because you said you don't know when a shark's going to attack you. That particular incident, when did you know that it was a shark, and how good of a look of the shark did you get when this was happening?
Yeah, look, I guess I was sitting there. I was in the middle of a competition. I was in the middle of the final of a World Tour event, and I just heard a splash behind me.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I jumped up on my board, and then all of a sudden I felt this tugging on my leg rope, and it got caught in my leg rope, and so I'm trying to just put my board in between me and the shark.
So how long do you, after the splash, how long, when you feel the pull on the leg rope, is that when you know it's a shark?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And what, because of the visual or the weight of the pull? Just
the weight. And then I'm sitting there and I'm up on my board like this, and then I just see the fins right there in front of me. And I've got my board trying to push it away, and then all of a sudden it just smacks me straight in the head with its tail and knocks me off my board. But luckily I never saw the actual jaws of it. I never saw the eye. All I saw was the side of it, and it was so big and so fat. And I was so insignificant. Like this thing, it did whatever it wanted to do. I had no say in it. Like people say they had a fight with a shark. It was like, when you're like 1 or 2 and your brother's like 15 or 16, he just throws you around the room.
Yeah.
That's what it was like.
Yeah, but when your brother's throwing you around your room and you still throw a punch, that makes you a gangster. And you threw a punch, dude.
Well, you could go down swinging.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's video of it. You were like, fuck that. I'll use my fists, that's so fucking sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. I just went into flight or fight mode and just went into just started to. And I was screaming like a girl. No worry. And I was just like, "Right, get me out of here." It was.
Did the guy that you were competing with? Did he not swim over to help you?
Is that true? Yeah. So Julian Wilson, his name is, and he was down the point already. He caught a wave, and he was just charging back up. Like I'm screaming at him just to get in, and he's just charging up the point like a madman
to help you.
Yeah, to help me. Like, who does that?
People that fucking care about each other.
Yeah. No,
I know it's like surprising in this world, but also awesome to know that somebody could do that, because that is, I mean, the video, that's a giant ass shark. It's a crazy thing to go towards. Usually your instincts should tell you to get the fuck out of there.
Mick, you say that in such a way as to imply that if the roles had been reversed, you might not have come back for him.
Look, I guess you don't know until you're in that situation.
You bastard! I hope he's not listening.
I'd like to think I'd go there.
Yeah.
But you just don't know.
That's really
Of course.
That's the most realistic answer ever. And now that you've seen that brush up on you and pull on your board, how are you with being in the ocean? Was there the next day thing, or have you felt any weird, like, oh, fuck, I really hope that doesn't happen again, or how are you with that?
Oh, yeah, look, I hope it never happens again. But I surfed probably about 10 days later.
Okay.
And it was funny, like, I went surfing and where I surfed, like, we were doing this thing for 60 minutes, and where they took me surfing was a place I never surf anyway, just because I feel like it's a sharky little area. And sure enough, there's a little bull shark just swimming through the lineup, and I'm like, but I was all right. I was all right at that point. Like, I was like, oh, it's a fin, like, it's fine. I went in, but it's the splash behind me. That's the thing that freaks me out still to this day. Everything else is fine. Like, as I said before, I've been in the water with sharks. I'm fine. But it's the splash behind me that still freaks me out.
So a real kind of a friend could be behind you and just do the fucking psh, and we've got Fanning trembling. Is that how that works?
100%, my mate.
I knew it. That's such an Aussie thing. I'm like, note to self. So splash behind him makes him think the shark's there. That's funny shit. The other one is you had an injury where your butt came off. You lost a butt cheek. Exactly. How's this? Like, what kind of injury? How do you slam and make your meat come off?
Yeah, my butt cheek didn't come off. I tore my hamstring off the bone up in my butt area. Yeah. So
wait,
it was,
I don't even the butt. Wait, the hamstring of the butt area. What is? Do you mean
where it joins the top of it?
So you got your butt here, and your hamstring comes up into latches onto the bone of your pelvis. Yeah. And I ripped that off.
So the back bit snapped off.
Yeah.
Does that do knee damage as well when that snaps off? Like, does your MCL get loose?
No. It's just all total hamstring, and it just bunches up like a.
So they have to cut it really open to get all the way down the bottom and pull it back up, right?
Yeah, so they go in, they cut it open, and they drag it back up, and they reattach it back to your butt. So, like, got a little screw still back in there. And, yeah, it's sort of like, have you ever seen an Achilles pop or something? You know how it just snaps and just rolls up, and it's just a ball.
I've seen a guy punch a glass window, and he cut his tendon, and his finger dropped. And then they had to cut all the way up his arm to get the tendon to pull it back down. So he had the dirtiest scar.
To put the puppet string back in.
Yeah, ever. But I just remember him, like, he's like, I'm all right. And then one finger went, no, you're not. And I was like, whoa, did you do that on purpose? He's like, fuck, no, that's bad. I was like, yeah, you probably could have done that.
I've heard people even say that they can hear, like, hamstring or Achilles tears.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It's meant to be like a shotgun. Just.
Did you hear anything when yours?
I was underwater. I just felt
See, that's my next question. What is the slam that makes it pop? So you're saying what kind of size wave, and you hit the ground to make that happen, right?
Pretty much. So I went and did like a floater on the top of the roof. Yeah. And as I came down, my back foot slipped off the back of the board, and I did the splits. Oh. And then the wave hit me in the back and pushed me forward over my front leg, and that's what popped it.
Oh, I know that because I've done the tearing of it before. Yeah. I've just never made it fully pop. I did that jumping jet skis, and I didn't know because I just use it that you should probably have shoes on. So when I jumped over a wave and I landed, my foot slipped up and I crunched over my own, like over my body with my foot up in front of the jet ski, and something popped. I thought I broke my leg, but it turned out I just tore something because I heard the pop. Done that a couple of
Yeah.
times.
Not
So,
fun, not
but then
fun.
what kind that injury where you get that stapled, your leg stapled back to your ass? Did you Did you feel like you're over surfing wise? Did you feel like for a minute that's the end of your career?
At the time, no one had really heard of that injury. Like that it happened in water skiing and stuff like that, but no one really knew exactly what to do. So look, I had some people. The doctor that I went and saw, he said, "Look, if you don't get the surgery, you'll never run again. And then if you do get the surgery, you might run again." And so I was like, well, shit, I've got to run. It's sort of like running and surfing anyway. So
Yeah.
I got the surgery and then, sort of came back stronger actually.
Yeah, because people tell me that you started to train in a certain way that made you even better than before the injury, which then turned into people copying you, and you've started like a new surfer, like people that are like I go to, because I'm a MMA fighter and I go to strength and conditioning places. I've been to a lot of guys, seen a lot of the best guys, and every now and then I'll work out with pro surfers. And I remember thinking that was not a thing, but now it's kind of common when I go to like a strength and conditioning camp. There's like some guy that's like, oh yeah, he's like one of the top surfers in the world. I'm like, right, I guess it makes sense. Like, if giant wave holding you down, you should probably have like a bunch of power. And then if you do, then you could go to bigger waves, do more, risk more stuff because you're like a machine.
Yeah, exactly. Look, before I did the injury, I was just like any other little kid. I was just running around surfing and having a good time traveling the world and partying. And it wasn't until that I had that injury and I had to sit on the couch for 6 months that I had to have a really good look at my life and go, all right, what do I want to do here? You know, do I want to make it matter? And in that time, I learned a lot about my body, learned a lot about nutrition. Like up until that point, I thought putting salad on a Macca's burger was healthy, you know. So it was.
I love your Australian accent. I fucking feel like such a sellout right now. Macca's. I have not said that for a very long time. I feel like the training thing, you're very similar to like a Ricky Carmichael of motocross. I feel like there was a time there where Ricky became, I mean, I feel like if he's even said it, where he didn't think he was the most talented guy on the track. He was the hardest working, and that turned into him being the fastest and the best guy for a very long time. And then everybody stepped up and copied him.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I feel. There's way more talented surfers out there than me, but were they willing to do the hard work that I was doing? Probably not. So look, I probably put that down to, like obviously learning about body, but a lot of mental strength too. I worked on my mind, where that would give me that extra 1-2% in those difficult situations where other guys probably didn't like feeling uncomfortable.
Please tell me about the mental prep. Like what sort of training do you do for that?
Oh mate, my mind's out of it. You don't want to jump in there. It's a scary place.
Hey man, you're talking to. Trust me, I'm sure it'll be similar. But what mental? You're saying mental conditioning because of your life? Because I've always said, from being a pro skateboarder, anybody I know that's good in sport, there's a lot of pain and a lot of particular parts of it where it becomes, you got to be fucking crazy to still be doing it like that, you know? But you don't see it as crazy because you had a crazy childhood that doesn't make this seem so bad. That was my, I think really good motocross guys, there's something hard about them. They had to really work hard when they were little, and now it doesn't seem so hard, like being drowned, being broken, having surgeries. A lot of people are like, fuck that, I'm not doing that. That's like crazy stuff to do because they don't have this weird thing to prove like people like you and I do, because it seems like, why keep, you know what I mean, when your hamstring snaps off, you were already, you know what I mean, you were already you were pretty cool. You could have just called it a day, but you were nowhere near that. That they lit a fire under your ass and made you this other person. It's only mental. What mental thing do you have that we don't?
Look, I think it's just being the youngest of 5 kids. I had this drive that I wanted to never give up. And that was, I felt like up until that point, I felt like I had sort of taken surfing for granted. I made it pretty easily onto the world tour, and then all of a sudden there was this chance that it was all taken away from me, and I was just like, nah, that's not happening. So I wanted to just go out and do my absolute best. So when I lay my head on the pillow at night, I'm like, I've done my best.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of where I was. But yeah, the mental side of it was just, people don't like to be out of their comfort zone. And I purposely put myself out of my comfort zone to make sure I'm okay with that. Know that I can get back to my comfort zone if needed.
What's an uncomfortable thing you put yourself in to test?
Oh, mate. There's all kinds of things.
Give me the juice, motherfucker. Give me a couple of bombs. I know you're a fucking maniac. Like, to me, cold plunge. I know that the cold plunge, if I do it every day, because if you do it every now and then when you're sore, it's not that hard. If you do it every day, it's fucking insane. Like, when you get into it for the 20th time in the morning, you're like, I don't even know how much good it's doing, but I feel like a fucking idiot because this is so bad. But I know that it definitely helps with shit.
Well, that's the thing. It's like those days where someone else won't get up, you're getting up. That's uncomfortable. Those days when the alarm goes off and you're like, oh, all I want to do is just lay in bed for a little bit longer. It's like, get up. So it's putting yourself in those sort of situations, waves where you don't want to go and surf them because they look terrifying. It's like, get out there. It's
That's why I'm not as good at you at surfing yet. Sometimes I go out there and I go, ooh, it's a bit cold, and I'm like, fuck, it's like two people out there. If there's so this is my theory on sharks. If there's two people out there and I'm if I paddle like an injured seal, I'm the guy that's gonna get bit, man. So if it's more people there, I'm like, come on, man. Like, the great white's gonna bite me and not these fuck faces. No way. The odds are better. But yeah, sometimes I go home. That's what I gotta do. I'm gonna pretend I'm Mick Fanning next time I go. I'll be like, he fucking Fanning would get out there.
Yep.
So get out there, Ellis, you soft cunt. Right, I got it. I'm gonna take that one and run with it. Do you think having that mentality helps you with fatherhood, like getting up and going the extra mile for your kid? Because you got that tank where you could dig deep.
Oh, mate, I'm learning. I used to be pretty selfish, do things just for me. And and then like those first 10 days, 2 weeks where you're just in that world of, I don't know, it's seriously the worst jet lag. And you're like, oh, I'm just going to sleep. And it's like, no, if you don't get up, this thing won't live. So you have to get up.
This thing. It is gnarly when they're very little. My co-host Michael has ones that are just coming out of that, but they still has two, so you're busy.
Yeah. No, that thing never leaves you alone.
Doesn't. And you always got to be on. Like, I'd like to go for a surf and then come home and have a nap. That doesn't happen anymore. It's like you're on the mat with a kid and you're playing with toys.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at him so bad. Like, you get to surf and then you would like to have a nap, would you, fucking Fanning?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That sounds like...
Do two things for you in a row? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a single man statement. You better say goodbye to those days, my friend.
For the first kid. You'll neglect the second one. Don't worry.
The second one is easier.
The second one's
You
way
realize
easier.
how much tougher babies are by the time you've dropped your first one a few times.
You just realize what you can get away with.
Yeah. Mate, I'm so like still got it in bubble wrap. It's amazing. I'm so intrigued. Like, not only babies but just women in general. Like, how strong they are to go through birth. It's just next level.
Right?
I'm so in awe.
I agree, because when I saw the baby come out, I was like, fuck. That is, as a person that's had surgeries and compound fractures and shit, I was like, nah. No, you mean like not even that fucking needle in the spine? I'm like, fuck, you guys are playing way too hard. This is bullshit. And then, man, like things that are stretching, I'm like, nah, mate, I'm not playing that game. Very fortunate to be the dude, go out there and surf and have a nap, and then tend to your baby instead of being the mum is definitely working the harder thing, which I've always said. Mental toughness is a woman that has had a baby. Like, when there's fighters that are mums, I always bet on the mum. I always bet on the mum because they've been somewhere that other lady has not been.
Exactly. I don't know where they go, but man, I felt like I was pretty good in getting in the zone and stuff like that when I went into events.
Yeah.
When I saw my partner go in, to have this baby, I felt like a novice. I was like, nah, she's so many levels above where I was. It's just, it was incredible.
Yeah. No, I'm not even, as a competitive guy, that baby shit's all you.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to say I could do it.
You
I
win.
can't.
You win.
No.
So
She
do you
wins.
surf? Your job is still, you're still a legend. You're still everywhere. Are you like, fuck these little rats, I'm taking them out? Or you're just like, hell yeah, it's time to be a dad and get my surf in when I can. Things are pretty good. Business wise, are you like, in charge of shit?
Yeah, I still try and do as little as possible.
Nice.
Just go surfing. Yeah, look, I'm just stoked to be home and just stoked to be, being a dad. That's pretty much it. I have a few different things going on, but it's not like a 9-to-5 job or anything like that. My whole thing is, if I see a swell that I really want to go and chase, I can still go chase it. But Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm pretty much just being a dad, and I'm stoked on that.
When you say a swell, could this be like in another country?
Not at the moment.
But if you hear about it, would you go?
Yeah, that's what we used to do before COVID hit. We used to just see a swell, a place where we might want to go, and just go, we're on it, and just jump on the plane and go. It was amazing before all this shutdown happened.
So when you say swell, when you know that there's a giant wave, that's when you want to go.
I'm not the big wave Dave guy.
Right.
I'm sort of chasing more fun waves, like waves where you get barreled for 5-6 seconds. That's sort of my dream.
Right.
I'm not going to go chase jaws and 60-foot waves. That's not me.
That's crazy. We have the same dream. You know that?
Yeah.
Only problem is you do it all the time, and it's probably never going to happen to me unless I'm on the front of your board like a fucking toddler.
I'll push you in.
That's how I surfed Cloudbreak. I guess I should give myself one time. Then I can't surf. I only surf longboards because I can't surf. But I went to Tavarua for the Nixon thing one year, and the two brothers, Malloy brothers, Keith, they said, come out, it's big swell, to bring your board, but just stay in the boat. And then they were like, come out the back and just watch, get a feeling of like how cool it is, because it was 6 to 8 Cloudbreak. And I go, okay. So then I'm on my little short board that I've never stood up on before. Never made it on any board. I just brought it. Somebody Nixon guys got me a board to bring so I look like a surfer. Then Keith Malloy's like, you going or not? And I'm like, no way. And he's like, no, you'll be all right. Like, I'll push you in. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, come over here. So I go over there, and he goes, when you think you're going to get up, just paddle 2 more times. No problem. And I go, okay, fucking pro surfer guy. And then he pushed me in it, and I stood up, and the whole thing was like, I just felt it over the back of me being really big, and I was like, oh, fuck. And I just shot out of the side of it and started paddling because there was more waves coming, and I was nowhere near done with that surfing moment. I was nowhere near celebrating. I was not happy because you guys with your fucking, when I see the white caps coming on the next wave, Sal's paddling over to, Sal Masakela, obviously.
Yeah.
Sal's like, dude, you know what I mean? Because he knows I can't surf. Dude, that was sick. And I remember going, I'm not saying shit to you, Sal. I was almost tearing up because I was like, if that fucking wave tips me over and drags me down there, these guys can swim. These guys bounce off things. I swear I thought that was the end of my life when I went over that. Like I went and made it over, and I paddled straight back to the boat, and it was the most terrifying moment of my life. But that tells me how fucked up you guys are, because it's even when you stand up, the ground comes out of the water. Like right when the wave's perfect, there's fucking rocks coming out of the ground at you to tell you that if you fall off, that's what you're landing on. And I got shorts on, no pads, no helmet. You guys are fucked.
I've been in the same situation at Cloudbreak, but it was probably a little bit bigger. And I was just as terrified.
Yeah, I don't believe you at all.
Yeah. Mate, cloud break's a gnarly wave. It's a wave that's as you said, there's live coral at the bottom. It hurts.
Oh yeah, that was the other
when you
thing.
get
They told me that if I landed on the coral, that this coral can grow off your bone.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
I've heard you can get staph, and yeah, I think they might have fed you a few too many there, but
That was in the same sentence where they were telling me the most poisonous snakes and all this other shit were all in the water. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Scared the shit out of me.
yeah, it's a good way to introduce you to surfing. Hey, just tell you all the bad things that can happen.
Under what circumstances did you come to surf under the northern lights? It seems like that would be especially foreboding to be surfing when it's dark.
Yeah, that was incredible. I was in this period of my career where I had 6 months off the tour, and Red Bull just came to me and said, "Hey, would you like to go to Norway and surf under the Northern Lights?" I'm like, 1, yes, I'll go to Norway. 2, I couldn't think of anything crazier. And yeah, luckily we had a 10-day trip, and on the second day, it all just came together. The lights came out. There was a little bit of swell, and just paddled out in the dark. And it was seriously one of the most amazing experiences. I was so, because I'd never seen the Northern Lights before, I was just laying on my back, just looking up in the ocean, just, not even worried about what was going on in the water. I was just amazed by these lights. And then all of a sudden, a little wave lands on me. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. I'm meant to be surfing. But it was incredible. It was such a beautiful experience, and just something that still lasered into my brain.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, the video is incredible.
Oh, I got to see that. Yeah, surfing in the dark sounds like, once again, another thing that I don't think I would really love to get to the level where I feel like I can sense the ocean is coming before, because I feel like in broad daylight, I still can't tell what's about to happen. So in the dark would be a bad idea.
It was wild. It wasn't actually that dark. It was like...
Oh, because the sky lights it up.
Yeah, it was just all lit up. So it was sort of like, it was almost like twilighty in a way. So it wasn't like I was just pure pitch black. It was like, yeah, it was pretty luminescent.
What's the coldest water you'll surf in before you're like, no, not worth it, I don't care how good the wave is?
Oh, we went to Alaska a couple of years ago, and I think it got down to like 1 or 2 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
And it hurt. It really hurt. Like hour maximum, and you were just frozen to the bone.
What kind of wetsuit do you have on in 1 degrees?
You're playing with 5 mil thick, 6 mil thick.
Yeah.
Boots, gloves, hood. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you wear. It just comes straight through and just cuts into the bone. Like, you talk about ice plunges.
Yeah.
That's easy compared to this.
For an hour, you'll stay out there.
You try. As soon as you stop moving, you're done. It's like your fingers freeze up, your toes go, your knees go. It's just like, get me back to the boat.
Oh, man. Well, I hope they got good video, because that sounds like one of those ones where I'd be like, did you get it? Good. Now get me back on the boat now.
100%. That's how it was.
So what do you just go, you don't surf, like you're not gonna compete, you can just fly around whenever you see a swell. But right now, if you saw a swell, you pretty serious daddy mode. They're pretty little, so you gotta, do you go or do you stay?
Yeah, look, it's one of those things where you've got to assess the danger pretty much. And if like we got for some reason, there's an event happening in Tasmania called Cape Fear, and it's at this wave called Shipsterns.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying. And Red Bull's just put me into it. I don't actually really want to be in it.
Oh.
And yeah, my girl, my mom, and everyone's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And I'm like, well, I sort of got it, but I'm absolutely terrified. But
wow.
Yeah, that's sort of like the only event I'm doing at the moment. It's like a 4-month waiting period, and they're just waiting. I know they're waiting for something just huge. And yeah, it's sort of just living in the anxiety until the thing actually runs and it's over.
Holy shit. Well, good to see things are,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, calm down for
Sounds
you.
like retirement's treating you well.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Might
Well,
not sleep a little bit.
I really appreciate you getting up early and talking to us, mate. It's
Oh, good.
a really big deal to have you on the show. We really appreciate it. Thanks for your time, mate.
Thanks for having us.
There it is.
All the best.
Later, mate. The great Mick Fanning.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Wow.
He spoke fluent.
Job sounds so tough.
Yeah.
I don't want to do I'm not even going to say that drink, but I don't want to go. You're inviting me to the world's scariest weekend. I don't want to go to that.
No, I know. Yeah.
Surely we could do something else, you know?
Monster would never do that.
Absolutely not.
They only treat their athletes to fun. No fear, only fun. Speaking of fun,
Yeah.
Dingo, you're here.
Yeah.
Are you ready to do our signature segment? Here we go.
It's time for news with an Australian point of view.
That's a knife.
From the fabulous Aussie bush, it's
Good day, LA. With your hosts, the Dingo,
Yo, listen up now.
the Shark,
I got big mobs of money.
and young wing himself, Mr. Jason Ellis.
That's why chicks always lick my butt.
who wouldn't love to go to Hollywood?
It's Good Day, LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a wild ride, huh?
It's been more than a minute.
Yeah, how you been, Shark?
Oh, good day, Cobber.
I saw that you got COVID.
Fucking hell, man. I feel like I'm...
Yes.
A man of your stature and age, and
Oh, I'm huge.
how did you feel? Did you feel like you were gonna get through it at all times, or did you
Never
think
a doubt.
never a doubt, right?
Yes.
Drinking wine straight up. How many days were you in the hospital?
Mini.
I saw.
He blacked out.
I saw that you're selling your properties home in Florida.
Man, you know a lot about the shark.
You know a bit more about me than I know about
I follow him on
Yeah.
I follow him on
You know-
Instagram.
I'll try following myself.
You know so much about the shark that the shark forgot what he talks
I
like.
follow the shark on Instagram. You know, I don't know. It's a big deal to get
I
him
will
in.
wreck you.
Yeah.
There you go.
How are you?
Shark's
Ja-
back.
You're good, Jace.
I'm tough. Ready to go.
You're ready to go.
Let's go.
Tiger Woods took to Instagram thanking fans around the world for their support as he returned home from hospital 3 weeks after a scary one-car accident nearby Palos Verdes. The collision caused significant...
How many cars did you say?
He just one car. I think one car, one tree, maybe.
An accident.
Maybe one car,
With
one
himself.
tree with
Yeah.
himself in the car.
I just wanted to clarify.
And Shark, I
As
wanted,
one golfer to another, how do you feel about
I wanted to
injuring
also
yourself?
ask
We should
Shark.
stick to golf carts.
He'd done a Genesis competition. And the next morning he was still driving a logoed up Genesis car.
Sega Genesis.
Genesis.
Or the band.
The-
Phil Collins.
Nah.
Man, if Tiger had a Phil Collins car, he would be so cool.
I loved his work on Invisible Touch.
The collision caused significant injuries to
I can
Tiger's
see the shark listening to Invisible. Touch.
right leg.
Have an Invisible Touch, yeah?
He had shattered bones in multiple places of his lower leg. Some
Oh,
of his
shit.
fractures went through the skin and were stabilized by a rod. Screws, pins were used in his ankle for foot injuries. Tiger, who has not remembered the accident, is working on getting stronger every day. Have you ever had a driving accident that
If
bad?
you can't handle your drink, don't drink and drive.
Right.
That's what my mother told me.
Yeah, if you can't handle your Roxy's, maybe get an Uber.
Apparently, that thing he was driving has a black box. A black box.
Easy
It
for you to
does.
say.
Hey, well,
Like
be
a-
careful of the things you say. But if he's right, Kevin is right. The car does have a black box, and they have gone and retrieved it to
Find out how smashed he was before he crashed.
well, nobody the
Yeah, if
no-
he said right before, like, I shouldn't have had all those daiquiris off!
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
they
what
didn't
you
take
say
his-
when you crash for sure.
they didn't take his blood.
Yeah, interesting. Wonder why.
The first Cesar Millan offers to help to the White House. Cesar Millan, the famous dog person,
The dog
What?
whisperer.
the dog whisperer.
Oh, yeah. I heard that dog whisperers are liars.
The first pooch has gotten a temporary boot from the. The first pooch has gotten a temporary boot from the White House.
Yeah, you know, Biden's dogs got kicked out for biting somebody.
His dog is a cunt.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is
was
okay
it
to
both
say
of
in
them or just
Australia.
one?
What?
Was it both dogs or just one?
Both dogs attacked everybody at the same time.
President Biden's
They're
three-year-old
frothing at the mouth.
German Shepherd Rescue Major got a timeout along with the first family's older dog, Champ.
Champ ate the FBI.
After Major was delayed with some
Major
aggressive
ate Champ.
behavior, even biting a Secret Service agent.
That's right. Major ate Champ, and Champ ate the FBI.
The White House, it is literally dog eat dog.
Yeah.
Major was sent back to the president's home in Delaware for some additional training, but famed dog whisperer Cesar Millan says Major's problem was caused by getting adjusted to the new home, and sending him away will not only make it worse.
He'll only bite everyone into get away.
Millan has graciously offered to fly in for some hands-on-hand assistance. No word yet on whether the offer will be accepted, and Caesar will be doing some whispering in the White House.
What about a Major helmet?
Why don't we
A Captain Mouthpiece?
dress like medieval knights?
A Captain Muzzle. Ooh. Oh, so they have like the thing over, so they can't. They're just in there barking in their own little can. Like they can't bite you.
I thought perhaps the government could dress like knights so the dogs could continue biting them.
Nice.
I didn't see Biden having German
Just have a
shepherds.
war out the front of the White House every afternoon for everyone to watch.
I guess I didn't
Jousting at noon.
see Biden having German shepherds as pets.
Oh yeah, what kind of dog does he look like he would have?
He kind of looks like a poodle dog person.
Wow,
Name's
you
fighting
calling
words.
him old? Have you seen how old these dogs are?
Dogs actually didn't look that. They were
No,
3.
they're fucked up.
Are they?
Oh yeah, they're fucked.
But
they
they
don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they're old farts. those
Yeah,
dogs.
they're like thanking people for shit that didn't even happen. They're gone. They're way worse than him. He doesn't know what's happening.
Shaquille O'Neal's in the news. Have you spent much time with Shaq?
Love Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah?
Like a brother.
Yeah, I feel
he
like
does.
you two would get along like a house on fire.
Yeah, the yin and the yang of sport. you
Yeah,
know?
the yin and the yang, right?
Two of the best.
We plow.
Till the
Right. They hit the hose hard.
And finally, basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal has revealed he once had a close encounter he'll never forget with ICY-HOT. Speaking of Conan O'Brien, Shaq recalled the time an NBA team trainer applied the ICY-HOT a little too far on Shaq's thigh and got some of the blue gel on the former MVP's ball bag.
Yeah.
Shaq says he left the court and made a beeline for the showers, but the water had only spread the hot icy around, making the situation worse. Thankfully, Shaq says there was a janitor in the locker room who helped
Jerk him off?
suggest he use milk to the burn. No, not jerk him off, to use milk.
You're doing that.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you
hand
totally,
gesture.
you jerked him off. I don't even know what the fuck the argument is about.
The international symbol for milk.
Yeah.
To this day, Shaq still uses ICY-HOT and makes a pretty penny making TV commercials for them. That's all right. They nearly burn your balls off, and you make a couple $1,000,000 a year off them. That works out. Have you ever burnt your balls on the hot icy?
No, and I've never let a trainer accidentally cut my nads.
Are you sure?
My wife put
Not
fucking
accidentally.
menthol. My wife put menthol roll on in my armpit the other day.
Did it burn?
Yeah.
I ended up with ICY-HOT on my dick once.
Why?
How'd that feel?
I thought it was cream.
Did it hurt?
Wait, cream to jerk off with?
Yeah.
Wait, you jerked off with
yeah.
ICY-HOT?
I didn't jerk off with it. I just said I.
You started applying.
He tried to
started
jerk off
blind.
with ICY-HOT.
Wow. How long do you jerk your dick with ICY-HOT before it kicks in?
You don't even get to jerk. You start
soon as
putting
you
the
touch
cream
it.
on, and you're fucking you idiot.
The icy
Oh,
bit's okay. It's the heat you've got to look out for.
So did you already had a boner? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good talk.
Yeah, but he.
Man, you ICY-HOT your shaft.
Yeah.
Dude, that is like... I think that might be the worst thing that you could do with ICY-HOT. Like, if you
It
put
is.
an ICY-HOT finger in your butt, I feel like maybe
Probably
the
pretty
inside-
bad.
I feel
That
like
would
the
probably
inside of your
suck.
butt...
No, that would probably suck.
I heard the inside of your butt has less sensation.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
You would know.
Well, thanks.
So wait, how long did it take? I'm curious because obviously it probably started feeling unpleasant very quickly. right?
No, same routine as Shaq. I just didn't have janitor and milk. I was straight into the shower, and then I think I got a wet paper. I think a wet towel, cold wet towel, and then sat it on there for a while.
How long did your boner hang around for?
It was gone.
Instantly.
One time I got crabs and I put the crab cream, like I just poured the bottle on my dick and balls, and it started burning so bad. And then I got in the shower and I had the shower on cold, and I was on my back with my legs spread apart with the cold shower on my balls and like ass, dick area. because it was burning for so long that I just wanted cold water on it until it.
Jeez.
Yeah, so bad. Still
Did,
had crabs the next day too.
Oh man,
Right?
resilient.
They took it. I couldn't. Fucking crabs, Australian crabs, not to be fucked with.
Let
Remember
he who's
that.
not had Australian crabs case the first stone.
Have you been following the Meghan Markle, Oprah? You've been following
Yes.
Shark?
She seems like a cunt.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Everybody involved.
Yes.
Yeah. Next question.
Meghan Markle has a message for out-of-work women, personally handwritten message. SmartWorks, an organization that helps unemployed women return to the workplace by providing coaching tips and professional-looking clothes for job interviews, revealed that the Duchess of Sussex wrote a series of special notes. Success, wishing luck to job-hunting women. Meghan put up her calligraphy skills. Calligraphy skills to good use, addressing and signing each message with a sentence of 2 to encouragement in her own handwriting. For one client, Meghan wrote, "You'll be amazing in your interview. Remember, deep breaths and be yourself." I'm confused by this entire story.
I don't know why, Dingo. You speak perfect sense to me.
A woman who married into vast, unimaginable wealth has been writing letters to unemployed women with calligraphy saying, "Good luck finding money."
Oh, right. Okay, that's pretty rough.
I
marrying a
love Fruit Loops.
But after the recent interviews, isn't it pretty? I mean, she's not a part of the family anymore, is she?
Wait, yeah, she is.
I think she'll be okay.
She's a part of the family.
She is.
I don't think you can get out.
She's not.
It's like the Crips.
She's not the most favorite person in the
Yeah,
family.
but you can't get out. They have to kill you to get out, right?
They bought a $15 million home.
Oh, they did. Well,
That's not that bad. Shark, you probably. How much is yours?
Not $15 million.
Oh, right. Interesting. Wow, they really must be doing well.
yeah, they must be doing well.
Wealthier even than I.
I keep finding stories. I don't know how I'm bouncing around this.
I'm baffled by the order in which you're reading these as well.
Great to be back together, right?
Yeah. Like we never left. Yin yang. Rihanna hasn't dropped an album in 5 years, but don't worry. Her bank account is just fine. She is the proud owner of a Beverly Hills mansion after she reportedly dropped $13.8 million on a beautiful 7,000 square foot home sitting on a 22,000 foot property, complete with pool, spa, fire pit, 5 beds, some
Better have armed
kitchens,
security.
gourmet chef's kitchen. Doesn't say anything about security. Meanwhile, Ellen DeGeneres is selling her luxury Beverly Hills hideaway. The talk show host and wife Portia de Rossi look to be trying to flip their mega mansion at a cool profit. 5 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms. Ellen and Portia purchased
12.
the pad 2.5 years ago from Maroon 5's frontman Adam Levine for $42 million, but have relisted the price for $53 million. Have you ever sold a home for that much?
I do not believe I have. I do not believe I've had a house with 12 bathrooms.
Wow. But last time I checked Beverly Hills, you get robbed just hanging out down the street there. So not a safe place, I heard.
I was going to
They
say, man,
crap.
I'm in the news for fucking owning a $15 million house in Beverly Hills. Like, I am on the fucking, there on the bullseye, man. Like, wherever she goes to eat, watch the fuck out.
Right?
Everyone's robbing everybody out there.
Everybody.
Watch your
Sketchy.
back, Ellen DeGeneres.
You couldn't pay me to live in that.
You could be kinda
You couldn't
tough.
pay me to live in that $53 million home.
You could be tough now. You could be from Beverly Hills and be kind of tough. Where do you live? Beverly Hills? Whoa! You got that
Gangsta.
fucking chain on around you walking around there? That is crazy.
Literally, you can't wear jewelry around West Hollywood and Beverly Hills right
I
now.
would not go.
I got a friend of mine, cop friend, told me to stop wearing jewelry. I got a friend who got ran over the other day because he got his chain yanked, and he's just had 2 surgeries on his foot because his shin bone popped
Hey,
out.
I
Like,
would
it's
not
real.
go to. I would not go to Melrose with these shoes.
Nah, you're too gangster.
Somebody might say, "Give me your shoes."
Yeah.
This is why I live on a boat.
There he is.
Very
smart.
He's so
notoriously
smart,
hard,
isn't he?
had to burgle a boat.
Yeah, have you been noticing anything, Kevin?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I'm in Studio City where it's just
Pretty safe
there's
there.
not
Pretty safe.
there's not a lot of crime. There's just a lot of
Homeless,
homeless people.
yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to look like The Walking Dead. Like you'll be driving down the street and like
Actually-
coming on the other side of the road will just be a guy like lost looking up into the sky. Like it really looks like a zombie movie.
Yeah, wow.
You know, I heard if you're homeless, you can go somewhere to get a stimulus check.
really?
You got your ID or some shit thing, and Yeah, the homeless can get some money.
Well, they deserve
The
it more
homeless
than.
don't have a lot of phones, so they probably don't even know that's happening.
But they deserve it more than these people that have income of
What about rich people that got money for this?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
They
I
have
don't
been.
understand. I would feel bad. I lost my job the other day, and I would still feel bad.
Right. Harry Styles ran into Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I don't really know who he is.
I love him.
Do.
What?
I love him.
Whoop-de damn do.
Oh, you're a huge fan then, Shark. You're
Are
with me.
you a fan of Taylor or a fan of Harry?
Was a fan of Taylor once.
Aha! I get what he did there, Jace.
She got old.
Get it? He
Oh, yeah.
fanned her once.
I thought he was just saying he didn't like her anymore. You're saying he had sex with her.
Used to enjoy music. Fucked her once.
Right.
Fans feared the worst. Pop stars and exes Taylor Swift and Harry Styles had an unplanned and potentially awkward encounter at this year's Grammys. But fear turned to relief when eagle-eyed lip readers were able to decode Harry's message to his ex-flame, flashing the million-watt smile that made Taylor fall head over heels when he first met 10 years ago. Viewers caught Harry graciously saying, quote, "Nice to see you." I bumped into him at an award show like 5 years ago, and we brushed shoulders. It was the American Music Awards, and I was going up the stairs, and he was coming down, and he's coming with his team.
You checked him.
Brushed shoulders,
Yeah.
and then he casually just winked at me, and we kept moving. It was fucking. I liked it.
You were like, I like Harry Styles. I like that wink.
He gave me a solid wink, dude, and I never forgot it.
He
And I've been a
respected
fan
you.
ever since. And I
On a
like
wink.
and I like his last album. I actually enjoyed it, and then his Gucci campaign I thought was fucking one of the coolest things
He had
ever.
a Gucci campaign?
Yeah, huge one.
Wow.
Yeah. All he wears is like all that shit that he wears, like that's all he wears. But he had a sick Gucci campaign this year.
And what about Taylor?
I fucking hate her too, but I never fucked her, so you got one up.
Wait, I thought you
listened to
liked
it.
her. I thought you were a friend.
We had this conversation.
Yeah, she was rude to him.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that bitch then.
See?
Yeah. Disrespecting the dingo.
Right, I'm Team Harry.
Yeah, me too then. I like Gucci. I don't even know. Is Harry Styles a singer?
Yeah, English
Yeah.
singer. He could be gay.
Well, that's cool too, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Couldn't feel.
How does Harry Styles go?
I do not know a single
Anyone?
Harry Styles song.
Anyone?
I have no idea.
You don't know one Harry Styles song?
No.
You know a Harry Styles song?
Yeah, I listened to him.
You can't play
Yeah,
it.
we're not allowed
Just
to play
say
music
it. How's it
anymore.
go?
No,
I was right.
No, what about one? He doesn't have like a hook or anything. Like I'm Harry, some shit.
I'll play it to you after.
All right. I was hoping I could
It
get
will be
like
very
an idea.
helpful to listeners.
Yeah, that's all the news I got. Thanks for joining, Shark. You're a very busy man. Was Taylor top or bottom?
Oh, yes.
You're asking if Taylor Six fucked the shark?
He said she did
Okay.
once.
She doesn't seem like a person that would put a strap on.
I think he meant was Taylor on top or on the bottom.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
was she a top or a bottom?
That's what I thought I heard. Sorry. Makes more sense
All
to
of
me.
my
You know?
girlfriends are tops.
All my girlfriends are tops. Man, that's a blues song. That's a real sad blues song. Both my girlfriends are tops. Because it's going to go down Penis Not Working Street. That's what that song's going to go down.
A lot of give and take.
That's all I got for us today.
All right. Thank you, Dingo. That was a great job.
That's
we really
okay?
Appreciate
Cool.
you.
Fuck yeah!
I believe we've done a show. Thank you, everybody, for listening to us. Thank you, everybody, for spreading the word. We hear that it is growing. Every episode, we do a little bit better. Hopefully, this was a great episode. People have said, hey, man, bring people back that are on the show. Dingo is here. This is the Jason Ellis Show with the Dingo, just like a Monday, but in podcasting. So we appreciate everybody.
I'm here
for
to
listening.
stay.
Anytime,
There
Ding.
you go. I told him I've been missing you guys. I miss
You did
Michael.
say
I
it.
miss
I
Kevin.
miss you. This is the first time I've seen you in person, Dingo,
I know.
in over a year.
It's oh,
Sure.
wow. I didn't even think about that. That's fucking great.
Wait,
you
is
look
it?
good.
Oh, it
yeah.
is.
Thanks, man.
You look good because you're in your own bubble.
Yeah,
This is emotional, you guys.
Yeah.
it is.
Like and subscribe. Tell your friends.
And Patreon.
Patreon /Alice, mate. Don't die.
Bing, boing, poing, 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 poing.
Boing, 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 meow, 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 fucking meow, 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 meow,
Big fat boy.
Fucking big fat boy. Fucking boys, bing boing boing, fucking boing.
Bing boing boing.
Big fat boy. Fucking boy.